I'm Nisha DeGaring.
And I'm Doug Jessup. Welcome to this episode of Family Heritage Stories, where we talk about what makes us who we are. Things like traditions, values, and culture.
How are these passed down through generations? Through words, through deeds, through stories.
When was the last time you thanked a veteran? It's time for Veteran Salute Stories. Jess, thanks for coming on.
Happy to be here.
You have some very, very intriguing military history in your family. You served in the military.
I was with the 151st Air Wing for the Air Guard and also the 151st Civil Engineering Squadron. And what I did for civil engineering was EOD, which is Explosive Ordnance Disposal.
So you got to do boom stuff.
Well, I figured if I was going to go into the military, I wanted to do something I couldn't do anywhere else.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I have to admit, that does sound, on the one hand, it sounds really fun. On the other hand, it sounds kind of scary.
Well, when I was in basic training, my TI, when he found out what I was doing, he just shook his head and walked away. He left me alone after that.
It's like, do not mess with this lady, she can blow your place up.
Yep.
So have you had any other family, kind of tradition in the military?
I have lots of family in the military. My dad was in the Navy in Vietnam, and my grandfathers were both in the military. My dad's dad, Frank Long, he was a major in the Army. My mom's dad, Eddie Janik, he was in Austria, World War II, all of that.
You've got a bell.
I do.
What's the story behind the bell?
The bell is my dad's. He served on the USS Albatross, and it was decommissioned while he was over in Japan, and they had to throw all the weaponry into the sea. It was really strange listening to him talk about that. He was able to bring the bell from his ship home, so I have his bell now that he's passed away.
Man, those are hard to come by. What does the military mean to you and your family?
To me, it means a lot. This country is a great country, and we need to do what we can to protect it. And serving in the military, you are a part of something much bigger than you. You know that you're there to protect others who cannot protect themselves.
Veteran Salute Stories is made possible by a generous grant from the Fedora Foundation and viewers like you.
I'm Carolyn Barber, and you're watching Family Heritage Stories, and we'll be right back.
My baloney has a first name, it's O-S-C-A-R. My baloney has a second name, it's M-A-Y-E-R. Oh, I love to eat it every day, and if you ask me why, I'll say, 'cause Oscar Mayer has a way with B-O-L-O-G-N-A.
Oscar Mayer, the first name in Bologna.
How's that?
What is one of your favorite memories about Grandma or Grandpa?
It was my great-grandmother who came over from the Czech Republic, Rosa Mašek. My grandmother, Helen Janik, was married to Eddie Janik, who went into the military as well and served in World War II. And that was the USO picture I was telling you about.
What kind of music did the Eddie Janik band perform?
Well, it's the Eddie Janik Orchestra.
Oh, excuse me.
Orchestra.
Eddie Janik Orchestra. Okay.
Because it's old school. Full-on Czech polka.
Oh, polka!
Mhm.
Okay, so did you do some polka dancing? This is a little
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. So if I remember right, there's the saxophone. You got to have a tuba.
Yes.
Okay. What other kind of instruments would have been in his orchestra?
Clarinet, drums, horns. It was like a big brass band.
What instrument did he play?
He played sax and clarinet. I have a clarinet that he purchased, and then my mother played, and the rest of the siblings played, and then my son played it in band.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's cool. So your son got to play his grandfather's clarinet.
His great-grandfather's
Great-grandfather's.
clarinet.
Oh, that has got to be so cool.
It is really neat. And we found out it's a pretty awesome specimen because I had to have the pads changed and things. And the people who fixed it were just floored. I played flute and bassoon. Bassoon was my favorite, and did percussion. Music is a big part of my life. So
What does music mean to you?
it is everything. It affects everything you do. It affects your mood. It can help you calm down. It can lift you up. It can fill you with so many emotions. To know I come from a musical family is incredible to me. I think music is life.
And now, Dad Jokes with Mike Agrilius.
I love to tell dad jokes. Sometimes he laughs, sometimes he doesn't get it. Like, why didn't the melons get married? Because they were cantaloupes. That's when he said, forget it. All from the book, Whatever Floats Your Goat, the granddaddy of dad jokes, for kids and old goats.
I'm Wendy Bradshaw. You're watching Family Heritage Stories, and we'll be right back.
Your history is everywhere, if you know where to look. But searching through all this? Are you kidding me? Actually, Kindex makes it easy to gather records and add them to your online archive. So everyone can jump in and index their records, making every word searchable. With Kindex, I know them anyway.
One of my favorite inspirational quotes is from Audrey Hepburn. She said, "To plant a garden is to believe in tomorrow." Hey Heidi, what's Sunday?
Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, Heidi, thank you so much. I love you.
With me today, Kayla Glines. Okay, so you've got a shirt on that says good vibes. What in the world does good vibes mean to you?
It is my motto for life. When you got as many kids as I've got, you got to have something good going.
That's true, okay? And so we're going to chat with that a little bit. But first, I'm going to tell the story, okay, this is a weird one, of how in the world we met, okay? You are a phlebotomist.
Yes, I am.
So for people that don't know what in the world that is, explain.
I draw blood all day.
You're
I'm a vampire.
Yeah.
I stab people. I mean, that's what I do.
So yes, you stabbed me. It's our, we were just chatting, and let's get real. We're both kind of chatty people. Okay?
Yes.
And I come to find out that you were a triplet.
Yes, I am.
But there's something a little different about this triplet.
I'm a triplet that has triplets and then had quadruplets.
Oh my, that's a lot of kids. Okay, I gotta ask, how many kids did you have in diapers at the same time?
I have 5 right now.
All in diapers?
5 are in diapers right now.
Oh my gosh. Do you worry about, having, what's the next after, number 5?
Quintuplets.
Quintuplets, okay. Yeah. You going for 5?
No. We're done.
We're done, yeah, we're done. Okay, I had to ask, okay. What are the names of your triplets?
Allie, Grayson, and Parker. Grayson and Parker are my surviving triplets. Then we move on to our quads. Reese, a boy. Lincoln, a girl. Oakley, a girl. And then you got the end of ends, Jameson.
Describe what your thoughts were when you found out that you were going to have triplets.
I was actually really excited.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm a triplet.
Yeah.
I got the concept. I mean, if I grew in my mom's belly, there was 3 of us, I could totally do it. Not a big deal.
So is there fertility drugs? I mean, what kind of medical magic? Was there anything that helped there or not?
So we had actually been trying for 10 years to get pregnant. And in that 10 years, we adopted our daughters, our oldest. And then we decided, hey, it's time for us to have our own kids. And so we went and did fertility. They told us a 1% chance. That's not a lot at all. And so we did it, and we were just very lucky, and we got all 3 of them.
Wow.
And it's great. Like, we get 2 of them that we get to hold all the time now, and they're good kids.
It sounds like your first one passed then.
Yes.
Okay, was that at birth or?
That was at birth.
Okay. Were there any medical issues that you had to deal with the kids, with your triplets?
So with them being born at 27 weeks,
oh dear.
Gestation, there comes a lot of problems. Parker, our baby C out of that bunch, seemed to excel and do the things that he was supposed to do in a NICU. He was in there for about 94 days. We just did the normal things, came home on oxygen, stayed on that for a while. He's just a normal 3-year-old now. Grayson, on the other hand, he was our child that had problems from the beginning. We couldn't ever extubate him, which is remove the tube out of his throat, and he ended up going up to primary children's to be evaluated. On being evaluated, we found that his whole entire airway was full of scar tissue, and we tried multiple things to get him extubated, and it just didn't work. And so on October 21st, 2017, we trached him. We put a trach in his throat, and we started the process of trying to get him to breathe out of that trach, be stable enough to be able to come home. He ended up coming home on Black Friday 2017. Best day of our lives, but the scariest of our lives.
The name of the show is Family Heritage Stories. What does heritage mean to you? So how in the world did you get into the music business?
Yeah, so I mean, I've been singing since I was tiny. My whole family was kind of involved in the arts, and so yeah, I've just been singing since I was really little and grew up doing school choirs, church choirs, and played a little trombone in middle school. And yeah, so I've been singing since my mom tells a story of me at like 18 months trying to sing along with Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You. So I guess, yeah, since I could talk, I've been singing.
So you said your family is in the, kind of entertainment music. Give me some examples.
Yeah, absolutely. So going back, my grandfather, so my mom's dad, was an actor. He was born in Trinidad and went to the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts in London. He got the Trinidad and Tobago Lifetime Achievement Award. And his largest U.S. role would have been in Live and Let Die.
That little James Bond movie?
Little James Bond movie, yeah.
So your grandfather gets all these awards and everything. He's in this James Bond movie of all things. We got to look at the credits. What was his name?
Horace James, my grandfather, yeah.
Horace James.
Yeah,
okay,
Horace
we'll
James.
have to check that out.
Yeah.
And so anybody else in your family?
Yeah, absolutely. So my mom, his daughter, was a dancer. So she was born in Trinidad, grew up in London, came to the States, went to high school at Performing Arts High School in New York. She went to high school with Ving Rhames, who, people know.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
Yeah, small guy named Ving Rhames.
What kind of music was around your house when you were growing up?
Oh, man. So growing up, it was a lot of calypso, reggae, dancehall, soca. I didn't know many American artists until middle school, both my parents coming from the Caribbean. Yeah, the only 3 American artists that I knew were Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, and we had a Kenny G CD. So
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. Wow. So you say your dad is from the Caribbean as well.
Yeah, he's from Jamaica.
So tell me about him.
Yeah, my dad is from Jamaica, born and raised there, came to the States. Career-wise, he was a United States Marine, and retired an officer. In his 20s, he was a DJ, so he was in music as well.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah.
thank you, Dad, for your service. Sure appreciate that. Semper Fi. So what's that mean? That if I'm getting this right, then you are a first-generation American.
Yeah. First one born in the States for my family. I have a younger sister. But yeah, for my family, first one born here.
So is music your full-time gig right now?
It is, yeah. Music is my 9 to 5, if you will. And yeah, it's been that way since summer of 2017.
Do you remember?
Powering.
So what is the J. Warren brand?
Oh, that's a good question. The J. Warren brand it's about connection. It is using music as a tool to connect with other people across, different geographies or different socioeconomic situations, races, genres, religions, kind of any intersectionality that you can think of. Essentially, my brand tries to use music to connect people, and if I'm doing that, then I'm doing my job right.
Talking about connection.
Yeah.
J. Warren, how do you want to leave your mark?
Ooh, that's so good. I don't necessarily know how I'm going to leave my mark. I would love it for it obviously to be through music and for people to see kind of how I live my life and what I do, and hopefully that communicates a message to them. But I know the mark that I am trying to leave is that you can create an enjoyable, successful, and happy life through setting goals and making plans to achieve them. I think too often people want to be happy and they want to be successful, or whatever it is that they want out of life. But a lot of times we miss the fact that we have to make plans in order to get there. And so I think the mark that I'd like to leave is that if you set a goal and make plans to achieve that goal, you can get there.
There is a lot you can learn about traditions, values, and culture when you travel.
When you think of Rome, you probably think of the Colosseum. But did you know that there is actually a country inside the city of Rome called Vatican City? They even have their own police and the Swiss Guard. We came on what was deemed a slow day with only 10,000 people. A normal day is closer to 30,000 people. Artwork abounds inside the Vatican Museum. One of Raphael's most widely known paintings, The School of Athens, is not painted on a canvas. It's actually painted directly on the wall. By the way, check out the self-portrait Raphael put on the painting. He's the guy wearing the red robe and the black hat. My favorite part was visiting St. Peter's Basilica. Michelangelo's Pieta sculpture was breathtaking. Here's something you might not know. In 1497, he was in his early 20s, and this sculpture was his audition to do more sculptures and paintings. I'd say he passed. Another factoid, all of the art at the Basilica are mosaics. Of course, with a name like St. Peter's Basilica, yes, the church is built upon Peter's tomb. Broadcasting from St. Peter's Square, and yeah, those Vatican guard guys, is first clue. I'm Doug Jessup.
Objects with stories are treasures remembered.
Why did the chicken cross the plains? Well, because somebody put it in a wagon westward in the 1850s. This treasured remembered is a porcelain chicken dish. The story goes that its original owner, Elna Olsdotter Hansen, a Swedish immigrant, purchased the dish in the eastern United States. It was deemed special enough that it was packed in Captain Brown's wagon train from Iowa, bound for Salt Lake City, and ended up in Mount Pleasant, Utah. The dish was then passed on to her daughter, Christina Peterson. Christina passed it on to her daughter, Hannah Tucker. The chicken then went to Hannah's son and daughter-in-law, Valton and Lorna Tucker. The chicken journeyed next to their daughter, Dorothy MacArthur, who in turn passed it down to her daughter, Camille Jessup. Quite the journey for that chicken. Everyone has a story. Objects with stories are treasures remembered. From old paintings to new videos on your kids' devices, we're all trying to do one thing. We're trying to make a connection. It's the power of stories. How powerful are stories? We asked Maura.
It's priceless. It's priceless to me because when I was first sitting with the guys listening to their stories, it's something you just can't get back. And there's a lot of stories I wish I would have had recorded from my dad, my mom, my grandparents. So at least we were able to get these stories recorded. And to have them videoed and digitized is key, because the younger generation, you know, sitting with my nephews, doing homework with them over COVID, they weren't looking at books, they were looking at screens, and they can look at this on a screen.
Everyone has a story. Sometimes those stories are told through music.
How could I expect you to wait for me like lovers do when I wasn't there for you? And why did I expect the truth? I never gave that to you. No, you needed more than me. I couldn't be the one you loved. I couldn't feel, but I could touch. You needed more. I needed you close. You needed me closer, but I couldn't hold. Yeah, you needed me close. All that I put you through. Sorry for all I do. You needed me close. Oh, you needed me closer. I could give you all I am. You'd still need a better man. I hope that you'll understand. And I would offer all I have to be there to hold your hand. But you needed more than me. I couldn't be the one you loved. I couldn't feel, but I could touch. You needed more. I needed you close. You needed me closer, but I couldn't hold. I'm sorry for all I do. You needed me close. Whoa, you needed me closer. You needed me
Go. We are on the cusp of discovering the secret of Skinwalker Ranch. The world is watching.
This season on The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch.
We need to flood Skinwalker Ranch with instruments. Maybe we send 1.6 gigahertz at it.
This is unlike any experiment we've done before.
Heads up, they're coming down!
Oh my God, is there some invisible force causing this to happen?
What is inside the mesa?
Look at that. It's like jelly. I don't know what the hell that is.
The data shows the triangle could be a wormhole.
No way.
I don't think the public is ready for what you got.
Is the military letting us know we're being watched?
Do they know something we don't? What is that?
The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch. New season premieres Tuesday, April 23rd at 10. Part of History's Strange and Unusual. Only on the History Channel.
What makes you smile? Spry Natural Xylitol Gum makes me smile. I think it might help you too. It's our honor to be able to help people remember where they came from.
If stories are not passed down from generation to generation, they become lost. And it's as if these people never lived.
How do you want to be remembered? With another episode of Family Heritage Stories, I'm Doug Jessup.
And I'm Nisha DeGaring.